Hey everyone, it's Rachel here from Process Progress. I am so excited to be creating this video for you because I wanted to share a little holiday cheer and a little holiday surprise by offering the full moon in Cancer and winter solstice Tarotscope to the public. Normally, I create for my patrons on Patreon who support me every month financially to create content like this, to share intuitive and creative and tarot related information and guidance and wisdom and content. And they're also supporting me in creating my tarot deck called the Abstract Tarot, which is an original tarot deck that I've been creating that features abstract interpretations and illustrations of the traditional Rider-Waite tarot archetypes and cards. So as a result of, as a benefit for those who support me financially each month, they receive these full moon Tarotscope videos, which are really an opportunity for me to share with you guidance that is coming through from Spirit around the energy that is showing up for us during these full moons, and also how we can use them to support ourselves in embodying and stepping into our highest expression of who we are. Using the energy available to us at these times. So this is a big one. We have the full moon in Cancer, and because it's the last full moon of the year, it's also the winter solstice, and it's the holidays coming up, I wanted to be able to share this special Tarotscope with everyone, whether you're a patron or not. But as always, I am appreciative of the support of my patrons and anyone who may decide to become a patron as a result of this video, or if you follow me and you like the content that I share, you've received something of value from me in the past, I've helped you before with an interpretation, or I've given you a mini flash reading or anything like that. So as always, the doors are open for your support, and thank you so much to everyone who follows me, who supports me, who listens to me, who watches me, all of that good stuff. So let's jump right into it. I've already tuned in, and I'm going to be pulling some cards to help us explore how we can navigate this full moon in Cancer coming up in the next couple days. I'm not exactly sure when it is. It might already be happening. It might be happening tomorrow. Not exactly sure on the date, but my guess is that if you're an intuitive person, you're already feeling the energy. So the first card I'm going to choose is what exactly is showing up for us right now. What is that energy that's showing up for us to harness specifically on this full moon in Cancer? I have my Rider-Waite cards here. And that card is the Ten of Cups. Sorry, there's something in my eye. Some dust or something. Okay, so Ten of Cups. Such a great card for the holidays, right? So we have the Ten of Cups, and this is all about a completion. So 10 is the last number before we go into the court cards. So we're definitely talking about a completion, and it's very connected to the completion of 2018, the completion of a moon cycle. It's a full moon. We're going to start out, we're completing a cycle. So many different ways in which we are completing cycles right now, and it's all in the realm of our emotions and our feelings, and that is definitely something that comes up a lot around the holidays because we're with family often, because we're being present to emotions that we put away the rest of the year. There's a lot of tensions, there's a lot of old traumas, there's a lot of pain um, that can come up during the holidays, and so the Ten of Cups is asking us, how can we come to that place within ourselves where we can experience this? And it doesn't necessarily mean like this is what your reality is. It's like, how can you come to a place within yourself where you can feel at peace in your heart and with yourself? And you can see Chester hanging out behind us. Hi, buddy. So that is the energy that is coming through for this full moon. It's really asking us to face our feelings and face our own emotions in a way that helps us to harmonize with ourselves. Like, how can we be at peace with ourselves and who we are, accepting ourselves for who we are, and being at peace with who we are emotionally at this time? And, whatever it takes for you to be able to get that place, that is what the Ten of Cups is asking you to do. Maybe it is saying no to that extra holiday party. It doesn't necessarily mean you got to be around a lot of people. This card is supporting connections with other people and being in the energy of being social and favoring those kinds of activities if you choose to do them. But it's not saying that, hey, this is the answer, like get out of your house and go be social. It's asking you to find out what that means for you. Like, if saying no to that extra holiday party is gonna make you feel connected to the greater big picture in some way, then maybe you consider that as your course of action for the holidays. So regardless of what it means for you, we're really being asked to come to a place of balance and harmony within our own emotional lives. So that's really what's present for us today, the general energy of what is showing up for us on this Cancer full moon. The next card that I'm going to pull is for how this energy is desiring to be expressed. So those methods and strategies that I began to talk about before, how is that energy aligned with how can we use this energy, how can we express this energy in a way that's most in alignment for our highest good. And that card is Page of Cups. Another Cups card. So the Page of Cups is actually, funnily enough, what comes after. Well, it doesn't come after the Ten of Cups. So we have the Ten of Cups, then we have the Ace of Cups, and then we have the Page. So the Page of Cups is all about this beautiful expression of our artistic, intuitive, and creative selves. They are the innocent. I like to think of them as the poet. They are like this young energy of newness and innocence and exploration, and how we can channel all of these emotions that we might be feeling that come up for us around this time of the year, how we can fuel that into our creative projects. How can we fuel that into our creative expression? How can we fuel that into our connection to our own intuition and then to our own feelings? That is really what the Page is asking us to do with all of this emotional energy that is coming up in Cancer. And Cancer is the crab. It's the sign that wants to go retreat and have its own safe and nurturing space in order to process and move through all these emotions. And I'm very familiar with it because my moon sign is in Cancer, so I know all about this. It is very important for Cancer to feel safe so that it can be constructive and it can be productive. So when you are experiencing feelings coming up for you at this time, and you know that they want to be channeled into something productive or creative, the first step for you is going to be to really understand like what needs to be in place in order for that productivity to happen. So, maybe it's like taking an hour away from family activities and going and hanging out at a Starbucks and getting some writing done, or maybe it's turning gift wrapping into a creative challenge by making your own wrapping paper or something. It can definitely be a number of different things that happen. It doesn't have to be one prescribed way, but basically the page is asking you like, okay, you are feeling things, you are experiencing a lot of heightened emotions at this time. So what can you do for yourself and that supports you in expressing it in a way that supports your highest good? And it can be any number of things. But that is really what the page is asking us to do with this energy that we may be experiencing at this time, is to channel it into something that is productive, and by productive, I mean that is supportive and nurturing of our spirit. So we have 2 cup cards so far. The next card that I'm going to pull is, and it's going to be the last card, is what do we need to be aware of? What is maybe something that we're not aware of, something that may be hidden, that this full moon is now illuminating? What do we need to be aware of in terms of the energy that we're dealing with and how we're expressing it as we move in to this time, into this full moon, into the solstice, into the end of the year and the holidays? And that is death. Yes, this is an amazing card. It is one of my favorite cards. Everyone thinks it's scary, but it's really not. Because death is all about completing of a cycle in order for something new to begin. So what that means in the context of this reading of what we need to be aware of is that we may be experiencing a lot of emotions around things that we have been trying to continue for years and years, and maybe even lifetimes before this one, of things that we are perpetuating, even unbeknownst to us, even subconsciously. We are trying to continue patterns and stories because they keep us safe. And Cancer is all about feeling safe, and it's about feeling comfortable. And so there is definitely a lot of things that potentially could be happening for us around this time, around the full moon, around the holidays, that are kind of tricking us in a way of perpetuating these storylines and perpetuating these beliefs that we're really being asked to just let go. So if you are experiencing a lot of thoughts around what am I supposed to do about this feeling that I have, this is the way it's always been, and it's kind of just like defaulted now, and there's not really much that I can do to change it, and I'm tired of trying to change it. I'm tired of feeling this way every year. I'm tired of this, all of those things that you're just ready to be done with and you don't want to bring into 2019. The death card is just saying leave them behind, leave them at the Christmas dinner table, leave them under the tree, leave them, leave them with winter, leave them with 2018. You don't need them. You don't need to carry them with you into 2019. It is okay for you to leave these things behind, and it can be really painful, and it can be really frustrating, and it can be really sad. And so because we're dealing with this kind of onslaught of emotions with the full moon in Cancer, it might be okay just to take things one step at a time and have these, subtle realizations within yourself very slowly at this time. It doesn't need to all happen at once. It doesn't need to be like, okay, well, now I need to go clean out my entire house and get rid of everything, and now I need to cut off all these relationships with each one of my family members, and I need to completely change the course of my business. Like, it doesn't have to be so dramatic and drastic, although it can feel that way. What's going to be most supportive for us now is just really being gentle with ourselves and loving ourselves, and just moving through these things as they come up one step at a time. And that is really all that we can ever do for ourselves. And that is all that we can ever really do, is just to continue to be present in the moment to what's coming up for us. So we have the Ten of Cups that's coming through, asking us to find the harmony and that balance within ourselves of emotional harmony, whether that's with ourselves or with other people in our lives, and also supporting us for our holiday get-togethers with family and friends. We have the Page of Cups, who is asking us to channel this emotional onslaught of energy that might be coming up into creative endeavors, and into allowing ourselves to set up ourselves for creative success in our environment. And that is how the energy of the Ten of Cups is asking to be expressed. And then what we might not be aware of is the perpetuation of these old stories that we continue to tell ourselves year after year, day after day, that might just be ready to be left behind on this full moon, on this solstice, on this holiday, at the end of this 2018 year. So I hope that you enjoyed this Tarotscope. It is such a pleasure to be able to channel and read tarot for you all. And it is a special gift to me to be able to share this with the public, which normally is exclusive to my patrons on Patreon. And so my holiday ask is that if you have received value from me this year or in years past, and you are looking for a way to support me in a way that's very, low cost for you and very high value, consider becoming a patron on Patreon. You can support me for as little as $1 a month. So that's $12 a year. And you will receive a full moon Tarotscope video. I have different rewards for different levels that I'm trying to reach. You will gain all access into the behind the scenes of me creating my tarot deck, and exclusive other goodies and tarot and creativity and intuitive related content, and first to know about discounts and deck production and all of that good stuff. So that is my holiday ask and my holiday wish, is that if you feel called to and it feels aligned for you, that you consider becoming a patron of mine for the new year. And other than that, I hope that you enjoyed these messages. I hope that they resonate with you in some way. And feel free to reach out to me if you want to discuss more about the energy that's coming through cosmically for all of us. And other than that, I will see you in 2019. Well, I'll probably see you before then. But I'm wishing you a happy holiday, happy solstice, happy full moon, blessings to you and yours. Bye.